This has to be the most underrated gun, the Lachmann 5.56. This weapon is absolutely incredible. I believe it's one of the lowest recoil weapons in the game. Like, you can really beam the enemies. Seriously, this feels like the Growl from MW2 2019. Such a satisfying gun to use, and there's actually so many different setups you can throw on this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the base version of the weapon, and just so you guys know, I will be going over 2 setups and I'll try to get through them quickly. With all that said though, you guys can see the base mobility on this thing is pretty good. It feels pretty light. We got a very snappy ADS, and then when we test out the recoil, very easy to control this weapon, one of the most accurate guns in the game, but there is a lot of like vertical recoil, but it's also super easy to control, which is the only thing that kind of throws me off, and that's why I got like you guys a low recoil setup and then like a good like mobility medium range setup. With all that said though, for the first attach, and this is going to be on both builds, you want to throw on the X10 Havoc. This is going to severely bring up that recoil control, and we're not going to have that many cons. Like, you really don't notice that loss to your ADS. For the tuning on here, increase that recoil stabilization. We could do the ADS speed just because this gun really doesn't have any horizontal recoil, but the ADS speed is already pretty good, and then make sure you guys increase that gun kick control. That is going to severely bring down that vertical recoil. So now when we test out the weapon, you guys can see the ADS speed is still pretty good, and then when we go to beam that back target, a little bit easy to control. It's just the weapon's very stable. For the next attachment, we want to bring up the mobility just to allow us to rush around the map a little bit quicker. If you are a slower player, you probably want to add the factory, but if you are aggressive like me, you guys want to run the Lachmann factory. This is just going to add a lot of mobility without that many cons. We are losing like a decent amount of our horizontal recoil control, but we are going to be using another attachment to bring that back down, and then so the gun should be like a beam. By the way, this isn't based on a linear scale, so you get the most amount of aim walking speed if you bring it to here rather than if you were to max that out. So the attachment that's going to make the weapon a little bit more stable is going to be the Shark Fin 90. I love this attachment because it adds a lot of stability without having any cons. When you do go to tune it, I guess you do have a little bit of cons. Like, when we increase this recoil stabilization, we are going to be losing a little bit of our ADS. Same for the aiming stability, we're losing a little bit of our aim walking speed, but that stock is giving us so much aim walking speed, I don't mind losing a little bit. So now if we test out this baby, we got 2 recoil control attachments, and we got one that's going to increase mobility. You guys can see ADS is still pretty good. Would like it to be a little bit quicker, so we are going to be using one more attachment to increase that, but the recoil control, long range, there's still a little bit of recoil, but as you guys can see, it is easy to beam as long as you know how to control it. With that said, we are going to be going over to the rear grip, and you want to add the LMK grip. This is going to add a lot of mobility to the weapon. You are going to be losing a little bit of our recoil control, but I think the weapon is super easy to control. You guys will see in the gameplay, I'm beaming the enemies. Plus, if the recoil is too much, you could always just add the Lachmann factory stock, and I guess I'll give you guys the tuning real quick for that. Actually, there is no tuning, and so that's the stock if you want a little bit more recoil control, but for me, I'm going to be running the factory. For the tuning on the rear grip, you just want to increase the ADS speed, increase the sprint of fire. Obviously, if you want a little bit more recoil control, but still a lot of mobility, increase that recoil steadiness. So now the weapon is going to feel amazing, but I noticed that the overall bolt velocity felt pretty slow on the weapon. I could be bugging though. Since it did feel so weird, I'm going to be going over to the ammo, and we're going to add the armor piercing rounds, which is going to build in FMJ, and then if you tune it, bring up the damage range and the bolt velocity. This is going to make the weapon feel a little bit more responsive, and it's going to increase the overall range by like 5 or 10%. So this is the build I'm running in the gameplay. I'll give you guys a screenshot in a second, but another very good build is if you take off the armor piercing, which the weapon will feel a little bit weird, but if you want the gun to be very snappy, you can add this OLE laser and then tune the shark fin, move the aiming idle stability over to the aim walking speed just so the gun is a little bit more like mobility friendly. Stop moving, these dead zones are horrible. Since that laser is adding so much mobility, we can go ahead and increase the aim walking speed. So here's another very good build. Here is an overview of my personal favorite build, and this is the build that we are running in the gameplay, just in case you guys want to take a picture of all this tuning. So here's the no recoil build. I pretty much just took off the ammunition, and then I added the Lachmann Nova, and then I swapped this out for the factory. So the factory gives you a lot of recoil control, and then this Lachmann Nova is going to increase the overall damage range of the weapon, making it a lot more powerful, although we are going to lose a lot of our mobility, and so that's why I only use it on like the bigger maps. The Lachmann Rat Barrel is a little bit better, but you are losing a ton of mobility, which I really don't like that, and so I recommend you guys to run the Lachmann Nova. And then for the tuning, increase the aim walking speed and the ADS speed. Try to increase that damage range, but it made the weapon feel very clunky, and so I really did not like that. Say you guys want to run an optic on this class setup or the other one. On my previous setup, I would take off the armor piercing and add an optic. For this setup, you could probably get away with running, with taking off the factory, and then you want to add the Corona Mini Red Dot, the Corona Mini Pro, or a sight of your preference, but I prefer the Corona Mini Pro. And then I always tune this for flinch resistance and make it a little bit farther away, which lowers the visual recoil on the weapon, but the enemies are going to be a little little bit smaller, so you might not want to do that. Here is the screenshot for the long range build, and just remember, if you don't want the optic, you can always just add the factory, or if you want just a little bit more mobility, this is also a very good one. Boom. Okay, is there... Okay, so one thing I noticed that I don't like about this gun, it has a very slow reload. This thing has no recoil. This thing is a beamer. Boys, we were seeing a mode that you guys have never seen me play. Dude, this thing is really good, this AR. I didn't realize how good it was. What's my favorite color? Blue for sure. You could probably guess that by the profile picture. Maybe it's just so butt. Dude, Assassin, you've been here for so long, man. Big OG of the channel. Massive OG. So it seems like at medium range, this thing kicks up way more than expected. Okay, they're all going to be spawning in like the same place. Dude, this weapon is so underrated. Why don't more people use it? Why don't you use it more, Cbass? I think they're over here. MGB, let's freaking go. Oh my god, no. Flawless game. We can't die. We haven't died yet. Oh my god, flawless. We're going right now, boys. Dude, I didn't need to do all that unnecessary movement, but we're still alive, so we're chilling. Oh my god, we gotta get this. Yo, if you are new to the stream and you want to get better at the game, highly suggest subscribing to the channel. I upload the best class setups, the best ones I test. Actually, a lot. Make sure they're good. And upload daily, stream daily. Respawn disabled. Your head cores was actually pretty easy. You get this. I'm probably dead. No, the freaking flash got me. I think I maybe should have had my pistols out. Damn it, boys. We're doing pretty good. Reese, do you want to time him out for like 10 minutes? I was like, with all the spam, it's so hard to reach out. I'm already like somewhat dyslexic, and so it makes it even harder. Cold War Tech 9, Droid's favorite weapon. Dude, that weapon was so busted. Honestly, I think I need to make a video going back to Cold War. I know it won't do that well, but it might do well, you know? It's like a very wholesome feeling, knowing that you're still, you know, here, you're still around somewhat. Assassin, do you have a Twitter or something? I gotta follow you, dude. I wanna, like, follow all the OGs. Eagles absolutely obliterated the Giants. You know, I made a bet with my grandpa for half a case of beer if, the Eagles win. That's fucking, yo, did the Chiefs win tonight? Because I also bet another half a case of beer on the Chiefs winning. I just found you tonight. Yo, Bison, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome, welcome. I got a little Nuke in here. Seriously, I have insane stick drift. What should I do about it? Oh, I would definitely watch a video about the stick drift, because if you knew what stick drift kind of was... No, dead zone, sorry. Watch a video about the dead zones. It's going to help you fine-tune your stick drift, but you pretty much increase the right stick dead zone until your aim stops drifting. But if you get up to like 1.0, you kind of need a new controller. They're above me, they're above me. Please don't see me, please don't see me. Thank you for being stupid. Overwatch Hilo. I'm always scared I'm gonna call my NGB. Yo, what?
Enemies near HQ. Secure the area.
Dude, that was actually crazy. Yeah, advanced UAV. This is gonna help a ton. Hopefully I don't get shot in my ass. Look at this, boys. The HQ's up and we don't die. Dude, this weapon is so satisfying to use. Reminds me of the Growl. Is this the same family as the Growl? Thank you for being butt. Dude, this thing, I can't get a hold of how good it is. Honestly, boys, I think we gotta add HQ to the list, to the game modes. Instead of just playing hardpoint, we gotta do headquarters too. Because this lasts so fucking long. This is crazy. And people are moving. Where your aim is perfect is so satisfying. Dude, I think it's the game, Dark. This is like this weapon, not the game. The weapon is just insanely accurate. In this class, like I wasn't liking it, but I'm really liking this class. I might use it in Search and Destroy tonight. Oh no, they captured it. Damn it, I sold. In the future, I do want to do some Twitch streams when I'm playing a different game. So, I would definitely follow the Twitch if you want to see future live streams on there.
Enemies near HQ. Secure the area.
That was way too close. Oh my god, there was like a freaking orgy on top of me. Oh my god. Headshot, shut up. They all should be coming from over here. No, I didn't see him. And then boom, we're good. There's no way. Did you actually run? Dude, this is lasting forever. This is the best game mode ever. I thought it was going to play slow in this game, but it plays very aggressively. Dude, headquarters on shipping will last forever. Yo, another Twitch follow. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, yo, are they over here? Respawn disabled. Yeah, actually I have 40k channel points. That's crazy. I promise you they will not go to waste. I'll stream over there again. What if when I get my own apartment, I do a house tour on Twitch live? Yo, we're getting so many. Holy shit. Oof. No! I didn't call it in! That's so sad. That's so freaking sad. Dude, I didn't call it in. I was just too much in the groove of things. 121 and 6. Let's go.
Little bit like young, I bought a yard today. Petty all yellow like a bird.